guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yoali. You can call me Yoli or Ali. I know it's been a while since the last time I filmed something or uploaded anything onto this channel, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that this next year. But today I'll be doing the last TBR video of the year and also talk about Lightfall, which is part of the Magical Readathon that G from Book Roast hosts. Basically, it's a week-long readathon where the students of Aurelium head over to the old favorite pass for the holiday Lightfall, where we just get to check out all the different stores and hang out with our friends. There is a map which I'll show right here. So first we have the Occult Premonitions, which is a general store for magical goods. And then we have the Rich Pigeon Pub, which is just like a tavern, a pub that we all get to enjoy, go relax inside of. And next we have the Old Tales Bookstore, which is an antique bookstore and lounge. And then we have the Shawl and Shank Legitimate Retailer, which is a store that sells curiosity trinkets and devices. And next we have the Wallace's Wonderful Winter Animals, which is a petting zoo and a pet shop. There's also an Owlcat Craft Cafe, which is basically just a kind of like a cat cafe, but here we have owl cats, where we get to read and do different crafts while enjoying our time with the owl cats. And lastly, we have Smith and Friends and Sons Arcane Goods and such, which is just another magical goods store. This year there's a new system with sort of an advent calendar type of surprise. So every day from the beginning of the readathon, which does start on the 14th, we get to open a door. I'll link the Instagram page down below, so if you would like to follow along with the doors opening, you can. Yeah, I don't believe that they're connected to the prompts. I believe it's just like a fun little thing to also have during Lightfall. Probably prompts on like what to do with your character or what to do in real life. We'll see when the time comes. So now onto the prompts. Our first stop is the Owlcat Craft Cafe, and for that I have chosen to read the next book in the Sailor Moon series, currently on volume 5. This one's a little chunkier than the other ones, but so far I'm very much enjoying reading these. As someone who grew up watching Sailor Moon, not completely, it's nice to get back into the world and then learning new things about the world. And yeah, I'm just having such a good time reading these books, and these are very cozy, even though there's so much happening in them, but they're also very nostalgic, and they're also just fun to get into. Next would be Occult Premonitions. And that one is to read a book that's set in the future or in an alternate world. And I will be continuing with Crest by Marissa Meyer. This one, from the cover, I'm guessing that we're following our Rapunzel of the story. and I am looking forward to continuing this series and hopefully finishing it probably at the beginning of next year. So we are following Cress, I believe, who is a Rapunzel character, and she is the world's best hacker, I believe. I can't remember how she was introduced at the end of the last book, but I am very interested to see how she adds to the story of the Lunar Chronicles. Yeah, I believe there's only 1 or 2 more books after this one, so I am looking forward to continuing and ending this series hopefully soon. Next is to we're heading to the Old Tales bookstore, and that one is to read a book that you need to finish by the end of the year, or a book that you have been wanting to get to but haven't had the time or haven't been able to fit it into your TBR. And for that, I have chosen The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. I know very little about this. I knew more about this when I first picked it up, and right now I don't really remember everything that it was about. But it was one that I really wanted to get into a few months ago, I believe. I just never got the chance to get into it. I never got the chance to read it. But I'm actually looking forward to reading this. Finally read it this year, as it was part of a book club that I'm in, and I just didn't get into it. So Sarah Jones believes in magic because the alternative is too painful to consider. That her murdered sister is gone forever and there's nothing she can do about it. Rather than grieving and moving on, Zara decides she will do whatever it takes to claw her sister back from the grave, even trading in the occult. Judith Wolfe may be the daughter of a billionaire, but she's also undeniably cursed. After a deal with a demon went horribly wrong, her soul has been slowly turning necrotic. It's a miserable existence, marred by pain, sickness, and monstrous things that will taunt her in the night. Now that she's glimpsed what's beyond the veil, Jude's desperate to find someone to undo the damage she's done to herself. Enter Emma Barn, an orphan witch with a dark past and a deadly power, aka the solution to both Zara's and Jude's problems. Though Emma lives a hardscrabble life, she gives away her most valuable asset, her invocations, to women in desperate situations who are willing to sacrifice a piece of their soul in exchange for a scrap of power. Zara and Jude are willing, but they first have to find Emma. When Emma's clients start turning up dead all over London, a vital clue leads Zara and Jude right to her. If a serial killer is targeting her clients, Emma wants to know why, and to stop them. She strikes a tenuous alliance with Zara and Jude to hunt a killer before they are next on his list, even if she can't give them in return what Zara and Jude want most, a sister and a soul. It sounds interesting, sounds very supernatural, and I'm always up for reading something supernatural. Our next stop is Wallace's Wonderful Winter Animals, and for our prompt book to have Aurora colors, and for that I have chosen this Radio Silence edition. The first time I ever heard of Radio Silence, it was from Clockwork Reads, from Hannah, and I remember she said she loved this book, and I always trust her judgment, and I have been wanting to get into this book since the first time Hannah mentioned it, and I never got to pick it up, and this is now my chance and my opportunity to pick it up again. For our next stop, we are heading to Smith and Friends and Sons Arcane Goods and Such, and that one is to read a book that has winter elements on the cover, and I don't own a physical copy of it, but I will put a picture up here of The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. From what I read, the synopsis, this one is a Russian folklore retelling I've never heard of any Russian folklore before, but I am fairly open-minded to the book. And for our next stop, the next store or shop we're heading to is the Shank and Shaw Legitimate Retailer, and it's to read a book that will give you chills. And for that, I had chosen Lagoon by Nnedi Okorafor. This is a sci-fi thriller, I believe. It deals with aliens landing on Earth, but landing in the water. And as they land in the water, I think it splashes on 3 people, turning them into different creatures or altering them in a different way. I guess they would have to go and stop the attack between humans and aliens or something. The last stop for the Old Favorite Pass is the Rich Pigeon Pub, and that is to read a book with 2 or more authors, which I actually haven't decided yet on what to read. I don't own too many books that have more than one author. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you have any favorites. I do have the Illuminae. It's been years since I read the Illuminae, and I could read it again or probably find something else on my shelves for me to read. Yeah, so that is my TBR for Lightfall, and I am so excited to get into it. I'm so excited to just finish this TBR for the year, and then to create a whole new TBR. I'm going to try to make a video about this reading journal that I am trying to start, and then get started for January. But until then, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. So happy holidays and happy new year to everybody, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.